if Canelo was 100% confident in himself, I don't know why he wouldn't fight me. Especially since, seeing that everybody in this team is on steroids. Which means including him. So he never got off.
You think he's on steroids?
Of course. Sure.
How
does five?
You saw De La Hoya
how do five people out of your camp get tested positive for steroids?
Right.
All those fucking dudes in that camp are dirty.
First, Oscar De La Hoya. Second, David Benavidez, the enemies of Canelo Alvarez. David Benavidez states that everyone in the Reynoso camp is dirty. They're all taking steroids. He didn't want to fight me. If he was confident, why wouldn't he? Bars. And let me counterpunch. David Benavidez, I feel, well, first off, is he right for that? I mean, yeah, there can be no defamation because all of them pop dirty. Him, Valdez, Jaime Munguia, a lot of people tested dirty, right? And to this point, it's tough to argue if the shoe fits, Now, everyone has their 2 cents to say about the Reynosos. It could be a coincidence, but it could be a conspiracy. Now, imagine that. The Reynosos, the world-renowned gym of the famous Canelo Alvarez, is behind a consortium of drug use. All of their fighters are super soldiers, freaks of nature, freaks of drugs and paraphernalia that makes them perform better. Imagine that. However, I would say this. I hope it's a coincidence. David Benavidez, to be fair, I like his forward future talks than his backward claims, okay? Him and Canelo Alvarez, that's something in the past. You know what I mean? That's not something of today. That is yesterday's hustle. You can't get rich off the day off of yesterday's hustle. Okay, so that being said, him talking about Canelo Alvarez, well, hey, yeah, it's true about the drug thing and this, that, and the other, but he didn't really necessarily have to bring that. If he was confident in his ability, why didn't he fight me? Because it almost seems like you're still stuck on that shit. Like someone that broke up with you and you can't stop talking about him. Shut up and move on. And I think him fighting guys like Artur Beterbiev, Dmitry Bivol, the former undisputed king, the present undefeated king of the heavyweight division, or Jai Apataya. That's who you need to be talking about. Hey, or why not Zerto Ramirez? Mexico contra Mexico. That would be good as well. I think that's forward thinking than Canelo Alvarez. But hey, just like Oscar De La Hoya, he is an enemy of Canelo Alvarez, right? A rival. So again, he would say something like this, but is he false? You guys tell me. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!